Started playing your song, you were singing along while I lit up a Marlboro on the patio. Only knows you in her, now you're talking about how your mama would love me, but your daddy won't. No, they were half of the drinks, but they were getting us gone. Your kisses were liquor and you were pouring them on, and that bartender was pouring them strong. Yeah, 'cause baby, you said you won't know the difference when you mix it with some whiskey. It'll still get you buzzed up just right. Don't believe it, kiss me, boy, it's still gonna get you tipsy. So I did, and your lips taste just like Jack and Diet Coke, Jack and Diet Coke. Now, baby, all I want is Jack and Diet Coke, Jack and Diet Coke.
It's the Old Boots Podcast with Justin Kelly and Laura Starling, our special guest today, Redferrin. Yay!
Hey,
What's up, Mr. Red? How we doing?
Man, living good, man. I'm just glad to have a couple of days off a tour. We just started up, but we about to be gone for a long time. So I'm just soaking up my last couple of days here at home before we go for a while.
Is home the Jack Daniels factory, man? We're looking in the background. I mean,
yeah, you'd think so, wouldn't you?
That's Jack himself over there in the corner, right?
Yeah, I got Uncle Jack back here. 5-foot man on a 1-foot rock, you know.
That is awesome, man. That's a cool room right there.
Thank you, man. I made friends with them after Jack and Diet Coke come out, and started going down there once or twice a month. And then after 6 months, I had 30 or 40 bottles, and I was like, well, I guess I'm a collector now. So
that's the coolest place that we went around Nashville, or I know it's south, big time in Nashville, but it's crazy that is a dry county, and they can sell you the bottle, but they got to give you the liquor. But
free whiskey.
I guess if you're that big, you can do it. Right.
Yeah, there's always a loophole for something, ain't there?
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
That's
All
funny.
right. Well, you're going to be in Macon Saturday night, Old Dominion, Ernest, and Redferrin, and your name is actually Blake Redferrin.
Yes,
that's
ma'am.
the name your mama gave you, right?
Yep, that's what I was born. My dad was Jeffrey A. I was Jeffrey B. So he didn't want me to be Junior, so I just went by B instead.
There you go. Kind of picked it up.
Yep, Blake just stuck.
Yes, sir. So you guys are doing that this weekend, and so just talk about how it got going, man. I mean, did you notice that you liked singing and liked doing kind of music when you were younger, when in high school, like when you were a teenager? How did all that start?
Well, my daddy worked at Gibson Guitar for 20 years. So from the time I was before I was born till I was almost 20 years old, he was there. And so we always had guitars around the house. And,
I imagine you did.
Yeah, man. So I played a lot growing up, since I was a teenager. But I kind of thought everybody wrote their music where they was from, made their band where they was from. And I didn't really know anybody playing music like I wanted to do back home. There was some bluegrass pickers, but that was really about it. And, yeah, man. So it was just a hobby for a long time. And I started racing motocross professionally. Ended up meeting Tyler Hubbard. He built a dirt bike track in my hometown. So we were just dirt bike buddies for a while, and he found out that I was a songwriter, and he's like, people write songs every day for a living, right? And I was like, no, sir, I didn't. Tell me more. So once him and Brian kind of taught me about the songwriting world and signed me to their publishing company, man, all it kind of took was opening my eyes to know it was real, and I was always interested. I just thought it was too big of a dream.
So you did really good with the motocross, but you're starting to do even better now with music, right?
Man, I'll tell you, I had a lot of fun with dirt bikes, and I'm really thankful I got to live that dream, and I felt like I kind of got to see that mission all the way through. I got to race in one stadium in the Georgia Dome, and that was cool enough for me. So, yeah, this has been a little more rewarding, though, because the dirt bike's kind of all me, and this you can share with other people. You can ride it with other people. Other people can enjoy it, and yeah, it's a lot easier on the body too,
Absolutely.
I was going to say it's a lot less dangerous, right?
Yep. They're very similar too, though. Dirt bikes, there's 40 people on the gate. one winner. Radio, there's 40 people and one number one, you know. So it's kind of, I grew up used to chasing a pack. So this is fun for me.
That's a good way to look at it. I've never thought about that. That is really good,
Yeah,
man.
man. I mean, it's really weird that it's the same exact number,
Yeah.
you know, but I
Wow.
think that set me up good to not get your heart broke and not get a big head.
Absolutely. No doubt.
So when you started writing music, I know you're from Tennessee originally, right?
Yes, ma'am. Born and raised.
Were you living there and moved to Nashville, or what happened?
Yeah, so I was born in White House, Tennessee. It's or I guess I was born in Nashville, but grew up in White House, and yeah, it's 45 minutes north of town, so not that far. But you know, until you're 20, 21, old enough to drive down here and afford to come drink at a bar or something, we kind of just stayed put back home. So a lot of time I would ride dirt bikes all day, and then when we were in the garage working on them at night, somebody'd pick a guitar and we'd make a song up, or somebody'd pull up an instrumental and we'd write new words over a song we didn't know good or something. You know, we just had fun with it, and
Right.
Lord, I never knew it could be a job. I never had a clue. It was just something. My parents didn't ever hear too many things, you know, early on. I didn't let my friends know I was doing it too much, other than who I wrote with. It was
Right.
just something I did for me, just to get through hard days and celebrate good days.
And then ended up moving to, do you live in Nashville now?
Yes, ma'am. So I moved down here about 10 years ago. When I signed with FGL's publishing company, they said the only stipulation, you need to be close to town. They said, we can't get you in all these rooms you want to be in, but if somebody cancels on you, we'll give you a call, and you need to be able to show up quick. So I sold my dirt bikes and I lived off my money I had from them two bikes for about a year, and just toughed it out and showed up every time I could. And one of them days that they were talking about, somebody canceled on T Hub and Nelly. And Tyler called and said, "Hey man, I'm writing with an artist today. I think I could get you a cut. You should get on up here." And then I showed up and he's like, "By the way, Nelly's the one coming today, so be cool."
Oh, wow.
So yeah,
Wow.
man, it was just the wildest things, man. I feel like I just kept showing up and I didn't know what I was doing half the time. I just tried to keep showing up and give my best every time, and finally got a little lucky, I reckon.
Yeah. Man, so the Nelly song was what, about 6 or 7 years ago? That they
Trying
what
to
was
think.
that?
2020,
20, yeah.
2021. Yes,
Okay.
sir. So
So you were
going
there
on
during
5 years,
that.
man.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was really
Wow.
neat to get to be around them at that time and watch the shows and write with them and learn everything I could, because they were just on top of the
They
moon
were
at
on a
that
rocket
time.
ship during those years, man.
Yes.
Woo wee.
And to see how serious they took it, they would wake
Yeah.
up, work out, write a song, and then do the show. And it
Wow.
what everybody had fun, but it was never a party. It was like everybody coming tonight is coming to party. We're
Right.
bringing the party.
There you go.
That don't mean you got a party. So cutting my teeth with them was really a blessing for me, because I learned so many things that I never knew you'd need to know out here from them. So it's super
Oh
thankful
yeah.
for them boys. Yep.
That's awesome. I mean, you get to jump in where they've learned things along the way that it would have took you years and years and years to learn. They've already learned it and can point you in the right direction. And that's I guess that's a positive about being on their their record label with them is
Yes,
they
sir.
point
It
you in
was
the right
great.
direction. They done seen what the bad and good is.
Yep, they were instrumental in helping me find out what I wanted to sound like, and helped me grow a lot as a man too. There's a lot of good stuff that came from them friendships and all that time we spent together. So
No doubt.
sure thankful, man.
That is good stuff. Really good
Yeah,
stuff.
buddy. Come on.
So you're writing and doing your music, and now all of a sudden you're on a pretty big tour that's going out.
Yeah, I'm sure thankful. I don't know how it happened either, but I just remember getting a call one day, and I stepped out of the studio, and they said, "Hey, man, Old Dominion wants you and Ernest to open for him. You want to do that?" And I was like, "Heck yeah, I do."
I do want to.
I love their music, and I think they're great dudes. That all the times I run into them before I really met them, last week. And Ernest is actually the first person I ever co-wrote with in Nashville. Me and him we both country, but we was trying to rap and do pop songs and whatever else. And Tyler was like, I don't know too many guys like you, except for this one dude, Ernest. So that was one of my first buddies I made when I come to town. So it's been real sweet to be out there with him again. And yeah, we just getting going too. We got 50 more of these things. One of them's down there with
Absolutely.
y'all, so it's gonna be good.
Yeah, that's a long tour. That sets you up all the way through the summer, right? You're gonna be with Old Dominion.
Yep, we'll be running right up past Halloween, man.
Man,
Pretty,
that is
pretty much
awesome.
in Thanksgiving. It's gonna be. I mean, if the first three shows are any sign of what the rest of the year is going to be, it's amazing. Their people are so loyal, and they get there early, and they hang on to every word that everybody sings. I mean, it's a cool tour to be on, man.
I've been telling a lot of people, we're interviewing Red Farron, and some people know who you are, some people have never heard of you, and then I kind of say a few lines of Jack and Diet Coke, and they know who I'm talking about. Then, right? They know. Oh, yeah, I've
Yep.
heard that song. So how many? But you've got a couple of songs on the radio right now, right? There's maybe two of them on the
Yes,
radio.
sir. Jack and Diet Coke, just like Johnny, and then got another song I put on my last EP called "Ruin My Night."
Okay.
And there's been a couple stations that's heard it live lately, and
Right.
I reckon they like what they saw and they've added it. So that's pretty neat to have one playing that
Yeah.
that we ain't even trying to get on there. It's really special, man. So I can't believe I'm on country radio at all. I mean,
Right.
it was
That's what I was
fun
going to
writing
ask. How does
songs
that sound?
for
I
it.
mean, is that pretty weird to listen to yourself? You're like, man, I'm on the radio, and I mean,
Man, I'll tell you, there was a couple months where every time we come home from tour, I'd hop in my truck to go work out or go to the studio. And as soon as it started, they'd be like, "And here's just like Johnny." And I mean, it never quits making you geek out, man. I'm tickled every time I hear it. It's like the first time every time.
that's living the dream right there, man.
Yeah,
That's
you just riding down the road, you listening to Aldine and Stapleton, and you hear yourself come on there. It's like, that don't feel real sometimes,
that's
honestly.
right.
Yeah.
Now you're working on you have a new EP coming out though,
Well,
right?
I'm working on two albums right now. Really, I'm gonna do my debut album sometime later this year, and gonna put some songs out with some friends here in town, and yeah, just see where it goes. I feel like I've dropped two EPs now, Old Number Seven and Some City Somewhere, and I just think I need to catch everybody up. People listen to music so quick now, and thankfully we're
Oh
getting to
yeah,
headline some shows and play longer sets. So I need a few more songs, I think. So I'm going to
that's
try
right.
to catch them up this year and keep it rolling. Yeah.
Got to polish that arsenal up, man.
Yeah, you know what I mean, man. It's we pretty much running them dry. If we do 90 minutes, we're playing every single song I got. So I'd
And
like to
borrowing
have,
a couple from other people.
yeah, so I need to. I'm ready to catch them up, and I'm just thankful for how people's been listening. So I don't want to stick them with the same old songs just because they like them. All right, I want to give them something new to enjoy too. Hopefully, so there's a bunch of music coming soon. I'm gonna do better on socials, make sure y'all and everybody else knows when they coming. But they been writing my tail off lately. They definitely on the
That's
way.
awesome. I know you've made some really good connections with those guys up there, so I'm looking forward to seeing who all the pals are on the album with you.
Man, it's a cool range, man. I really can't wait. I wish I could say a little more. I'll let y'all know first when I can, but it's some of it's really made me excited, man. It's a dream. I think when I first started, I always thought it would be so cool to
Yeah.
feature on a song or have somebody do one with me. And now that stuff's really starting to happen, it's just I don't know. It's just neat, man. It's way funner to do stuff with other people than just by yourself, I think.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. And especially, you collaborating with people that's already been there and done that. And I mean, you feel like you're learning something from the masters. You know what I mean?
Yeah, 100%. And it's hopefully there's a few of my listeners that don't keep up with them, and vice versa, and it just
Right.
helps just
Everybody.
helps everybody win together, man. I think that's way better plan than everybody competing against each other all the time. You know what I mean?
It's killing me to ask, but all those different kinds of Jack Daniels up there, man.
Yeah.
What's your favorite selection right there? Because
Well, I've got a few on my desk back here you can't see. So I would say this little bottle right here, there's only 200 of in the world. It's
Oh, okay.
155 proof.
Oh, I
And
got
it's
you.
it's the highest proof Jack Daniels they ever sold. And I hunted high and low for this little dude right here. And I don't know why I wanted it worse than anything, but They
and probably won't never drink a drop of it.
well, I got 2 of them. That's usually my goal.
There you go.
I try to get a shelfer and a drinker. That way,
There you go.
you know, all them old boys at Jack Daniels, they work too hard on that whiskey to look at it.
That's
And
right.
there's a guy down there named Barrel Man. He told me the stories are in the bottle. He said, "You want to write a good song, you ain't gonna write it looking at them." So I've started.
That's good advice.
Yeah, I've started to open a few more. You know, he's like, "Hey, man, don't let them get too dusty. You need to drink them."
That's really good.
Yeah, so when I see y'all, we'll have a good pour or something.
It sounds like a plan to me.
Yeah, come on.
You guys roll into Macon. When will you get here? Maybe the middle of the night or something like that?
Yes, ma'am. Most time we'll wake up there, so we'll roll in anywhere between 2 and 8 in the morning, and wake up there and set up our little vibe area. We try to make it as fun as we can, you know, inviting for everybody. So we got chairs and whiskey and everything laid out everywhere, and we got a little workout area. We get up and work out in the morning, try to start every day good, and yeah, we just really just try to have a lot of fun with it. You don't really get to go do too much stuff when you're in town, so we just try to make sure we can have a good time where we're at.
I guess that's what I was going to ask you. Would you have any time to kind of go anywhere around Macon, see any of the history or anything
Lord, I
at
hope
all?
so. I would really love to. We get to sometimes. I'll tell you lately, I've been bringing my producer and some songwriters out with me, trying to get all these projects I'm working on done. So really any extra hours we've had at the venues I've been spending trying to write. But I've always wanted to go to Macon, and you hear it in the songs and everything, you know. So I reckon I need to take a lap around town and try to soak a little bit of that up.
That's right. You can do it pretty quick. And a good 90-minute run around town, you can see just about all of it.
I got 2 hours for Macon for sure.
There you go.
Yeah, man.
A lot of music history, so it's kind of a fun town to go around and check out.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Even if you just took a little ride downtown to eat lunch at the H&H or
H&H. I was going to ask you, where's one place I should go if I only get to go to one place?
That's
all right.
Mama Louise. That's where she used to feed the Allman Brothers.
Shoot, really? Well,
Yeah,
I'm writing that down right now so we don't forget.
If you go, make sure you text us and I'll meet you down there.
I'll let you know ahead of time for sure, man. That'd be great.
Oh yeah. So you guys are gonna be playing at the amphitheater. That's this Saturday night. What time?
7 o'clock.
7 o'clock. Who goes on first?
I'm gonna start it off. We got a good half-hour set. We're gonna get it jumping, and then Aaron will hop up there and play some of his greatest hits and a couple he wrote, and then OD gets up there and puts on a show, man. It's you know what? Their songs are great on the radio and on Spotify, but they rip live, man. Them boys have time.
Yeah.
So
absolutely.
It's fun to watch. I've just been soaking up, trying to watch what songs people react to the most. Go try to write a few of them, you know, and been talking with them boys. I think we're going to write some this weekend, try to get in there and write with Ern. Just keep it going, man. Maybe I can get them on a project too.
That's right.
Yeah.
The more the merrier.
Yeah, I'm putting it out there, man. Let's manifest it.
That'd
be awesome.
Well, man.
Are you learning any of their songs? So is when you get toward the end of the tour and they're like, oh, let's get Ernest and Redferrin up here with us.
I've been brushing up.
Yet?
I've been brushing up, and I got a few that I really like of theirs that if they'd let me sing them with them. If I get to pick, I got a few I'd love to do. That I Was on a Boat That Day, I think that one's a jammer. And
that's a great song.
I Should Have Married You.
Mm-hmm.
I love a happy sounding sad song. That's I saw Alan Jackson interview one time. He said his label was tired of sad songs, so he started writing happy sounding sad songs. And if I've ever took something from an artist in the world, it would be that right there from Alan Jackson. I mean, that's a great trick, because I'm a happy-go-lucky guy, but my songs are usually a little realer and tougher and sadder. So thinking of it that way, I can make it sound happy still. Like that was a cool trick. So I definitely took that right out of his book.
That's really a happy sounding sad song. I might start keeping that in mind when I listen to an Alan Jackson song now.
Yeah, there's a lot of them, man, that you think they're beer drinkers and they're tearing you beer. Really.
Well, that's what Luke Combs said he did with When it rains, it pours. He was going to write a breakup song, but he ended up writing it that way, and that's a happy sounding sad song.
Yeah, and it's one of them things where like it still pulls on your heartstrings, but it don't leave you hopeless. And I think that's important is, share your real story, but also give somebody hope. I don't want to just get people in the weeds with me and leave them there. I want to give them something to hopefully get them out of there, so.
Well, yeah. So I asked the Lieutenant Governor of Georgia on this last podcast, we always ask everybody, who have you ever been starstruck by? And because you get to meet a lot of people. And who have you been starstruck by? Or have you been starstruck by somebody yet? I mean, we all put our pants on the same way, but like, who's that one person that you were like, oh my God, I'm up here with this guy?
Well, that's a great question, man. There's really been quite a few moments I couldn't believe I was in the room with somebody, honestly.
Right.
But I would say a big one for me, because, I'm a dirt bike boy. There's a guy from down in Florida named Ricky Carmichael.
Oh, yeah.
He's they call him the GOAT, greatest of all time, most winning rider ever. And we'll DM sometimes on Instagram, which blows my mind. But every time I see him in person, I freeze up, man. Everybody's like, go talk to him. Y'all message. And I'm like, I don't know what to say, man. He's like, that's the king to me. So, yeah, Ricky Carmichael, man. I've probably met him 10 times now, and we talk and it's still just like, I guess my inner child just comes out and I'm like,
there you go.
I don't know what to say besides it's really you.
Right.
Yeah. So that one's pretty sweet, but it's cool to meet guys like that you looked up to your whole life, and then they're just regular old dudes. They just happen to be really good at something.
That's right. They had a passion and they made it happen. So another thing we ask everybody, do you remember any kind of thing lately or in the last 10 years or whenever you've been messing with music or when you were racing motorcycles, something that you did for charity that kind of sticks out in your mind, something that you were able to be a part of, maybe a fundraiser concert or a fundraiser ride or something?
Well, that's a great question, man. So my last year I was doing arena cross. I was racing for this Christian race team, and something they would do in different cities, they would bring a lot of food to feed the riders, because just being honest, if you're not one of the top guys and you're paying for yourself, pretty much put every dollar you got back into it. You don't get in the green too often. So they would feed these guys, and then another really cool thing they would do was they would take all that extra food and they would go out and feed people around the stadiums and stuff like that. Right. And they're giving people food, and they're also like spreading the word of God to people and letting people know Jesus ain't forgot them. And when you look somebody in the eyes that maybe ain't talked to a stranger in a year or two, and you tell them like God still remembers you, he's got you. Right. Just keep going. However you do that. I mean, it's a different kind of thing. It's a different kind of reward than anything in the world. So I've always heard you ain't really supposed to talk about your works. You get yours on the back end, but I really admired them for doing things like that, because it makes a big difference.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Whether you got a job or a home or you don't. I mean, there's a lot of hungry folks. So putting food in front of somebody, man, it always touched my heart, because I could have used that a time or two growing up. So,
that's
so any kind of thing like
ministry.
that.
A really great ministry. That's awesome.
That's something you don't even think about,
And something I'd love to get into one day personally is helping people that can't afford health care or can't afford to take their dog or whatever to the vet, and they got to do something prematurely. I think if I could ever have some kind of deal, it would just be to help people take care of themselves, because I lost my parents early, because it was always, well, we got to work. We can't afford a surgery. We can't take off. And, I think I'd still might have had them a little longer had things been different. So if I can ever pay that forward behind the scenes or in front, whatever, I don't care how I do it, but that's a big goal of mine.
That's awesome. Yes,
sir.
Anything else, Ms. Laura?
No, we just appreciate you taking time for us. And we're really excited about the show Saturday night. I mean, we can't wait to see you. You have the most upbeat, infectious personality.
Yep.
It's just so much fun talking.
Oh, yeah.
Well, that's very sweet. My mama never met a stranger. I mean, whether we was at the gas station or where, she talked to every person we run into. So I just always try to be like her because she's the reason I'm any good.
There you go.
Yeah.
Well, Red, we appreciate it, man. It was nice talking to you. And
yes, sir. Thank y'all again.
Saturday night, man. It's going to be a big time. You guys are going to love that amphitheater. It is.
I can't wait.
It's brand new too. I mean,
y'all
it's
holler
barely
at me.
in.
Well, we're breaking in.
Yeah, I hear you.
But y'all holler at me. Seriously, I'd love to see y'all down there.
Yes, sir.
All
We appreciate it.
Thanks
Nice
so
talking
much.
to you.
Thank you, guys. See you later.
Old Boots podcast with Redferrin. We appreciate it. And
if just always remember, if you can do something good, guys, you should do something good. That's just something we say at the end of the podcast, Red.
Amen, brother.
Thank
See you, Old Boots.